The world is changing, but there are some things that never change, like why we still have to take exams. In Abnormal, we ask ourselves why some things are the way they are, and more importantly, how we would change them. If you want it or not, these are the opinions of 3 students who take on society. Hi everyone.
Hello.
Welcome to Abnormal. My name is Fabian.
I'm Naomi.
And I'm Yara.
Okay, let's go. And today we are talking about
3 very interesting, but
Absolutely.
also frustrating topics.
very frustrating, of course.
Yes, for example, why public transport is always late.
Ugh.
Always.
So that's a classic one.
Yeah,
A very good one.
Absolutely.
And also about going to public toilets. Why do we still have to pay for them? Why aren't they free?
Exactly. So the big question is why, and we try to give an answer, but we're not really experts.
No.
Yeah, let's go with the first subject.
Absolutely.
Okay, part 1,
Yes.
toilet frustrations. Okay, ladies, what are the frustrations?
I think there are a lot of toilet
Mhm,
frustrations,
mhm.
but I think the most important one is why do we have to pay
Why do
for
we have to
public
pay?
toilets?
Exactly.
Because it is a
Hassle.
basic... yeah, also a hassle.
No, but that's true. Like what both of you said, it's a basic need for sure, and it's a hustle. to
A
get
hustle,
around.
Yeah,
because when you have to
absolutely.
pee really badly and
Mhm.
you have to pay and you don't have cash on you,
Yeah,
terrible.
it's a
But-
problem.
Yeah, but let's hear what the people outside this recording studio think about it, because we went
Yes.
on the streets and asked some people what they think about having to pay for toilets.
It's weird actually. Well, it depends. No, it not depends on. It's a natural thing within humans. So I don't know why we should pay for toilets. It doesn't make sense.
I personally, for me, it's a little bit annoying because I don't usually have cash on me to pay for it. Now, paying 50 cents to go to the toilet isn't the end of the world for me. It's because of course the cleaning staff needs to be paid somehow.
I think it should be free because everyone is entitled to use the bathroom whenever they want to. But I also understand that they make it by payment because the people who clean the toilets should be paid as well, and they don't often pay them that much.
Okay, so yeah, that was the opinion, the public opinion from
Mhm.
people outside. But the same things
Keep returning.
keep returning,
yeah.
of course.
It's a basic need.
It's a basic human
right.
right because children need to go to the toilet when they have to. So yeah,
Absolutely.
Mhm.
Everyone.
well,
So we can conclude it's a frustration.
it's a frustration.
Yeah.
It's clear.
Yes,
But some
definitely.
people are like, okay, for me it's okay that I have to pay for it.
Mhm.
Like those people have to make their income. But yeah, I know that for some people it can be too much. Like 50 cents, it can be a lot eventually, like in a long period of time. Okay.
Absolutely. We even did a little bit of research on it.
Of course.
And it
like
depends
we should.
on from place to place. In
Mhm.
some cafes, it's just the owner who decides. Or, for instance, Kinepolis, the
The
cinema,
cinema.
they have an external company who cleans the toilets, and then
Okay.
you're actually paying for that company. So it really depends on where you're using a public toilet.
But yeah,
and
but
how
like
much.
with like Kinepolis, I'm thinking you pay already so much to go to a movie,
Yes,
and then
indeed.
you have to pay extra to go to the toilet. Like
Yeah.
just
Why
make
not
it free.
Yeah, include it in the ticket price. or
Yeah,
something like
because
that.
you get like this
Yeah.
little ticket to use, like a voucher to use in the
Yes.
what is it, shop, the merchandise stuff, things like that. But like if you could give 50 cents back, why
Mhm.
just not make it free? I think like that it's important. And I also saw online that you can ask for a card, a special card, if you need, like if you have IBS or something with your stomach, or you really have to pee because of a
Yes,
medical
yes, of
disease, you
course.
can ask for a toilet card.
Okay.
You can like
you do
pass
not
the
have to.
queue and like go to the toilet. And I think also don't have to pay, but I'm not
Mhm.
sure about that.
Okay.
So is that something that also should be more, I don't know, made aware of? Like
yeah, available and widespread.
available?
Because I didn't know. For
Yeah, you
instance.
didn't know.
I
Me
think,
neither, yeah.
A lot
Yeah.
of people don't even know that.
No, exactly. So yeah, that's stupid, huh?
It is.
Not being able
Yeah.
to like pee if you really have to and you don't have cash on you.
Mhm.
I would think it's very troubling, of course.
One of the things we also found online is that cafes and restaurants they usually ask a little fee
Mhm.
for non-consumers
Yeah.
to use the toilet, but they can't obligate
Okay. So
customers to do it.
so if customers say like I'm not paying, I'm
Yeah.
just going to the toilet. Okay.
We'll see what happens. I
Yeah,
guess I
exactly.
think there's conflict in that, but it's not obligated. You can't force someone to pay
Oh,
for.
because I think
toilet.
like the restaurant, if you're not a consumer, I think it's the most, I don't know, logical one to pay
Mhm,
because
mhm.
you're not paying like to drink something.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
yeah,
It's
like-
absurd if you have to pay
Yeah.
and you're already paying in the, like
Yeah,
in
exactly.
the Kinepolis, for instance. Yeah,
So it's just like basic human, I don't know,
Yeah.
just being
Absolutely.
kind.
absolutely.
So yeah. What can we conclude? Like, what are we changing about this this problem? Everything free, or isn't that possible? Do you think?
We do have to think about the cleaning ladies that they
Mhm.
get paid in a certain way.
Yeah, of course.
Absolutely.
But if the government takes care of that,
We live in a
Mm,
society,
we live
ladies
in
and
a
gentlemen.
society.
We
They
are
should-
paying taxes. So
Uh-huh.
Uh-huh.
how are
Uh-huh.
our taxes spent?
Yeah, because you have like in the party districts in certain
Mhm.
cities like Ghent, you have these poles for men to pee in, but like the female party goer,
Yep.
where do they have to pee?
True.
They have to go to a restaurant or something. They have to pay, but a man can do it like on the street in a pole. Just
Mm.
like something should change there because that's also a bit sexist.
Yeah,
Cities.
Definitely. Cities. Are
Cities in general, do something about it. Let's create a perfect society. And we have one final subject for you, and it's not really, it frustrates me already, and it's the public transport.
The reason I was 30 minutes
Late.
late today.
The reason is
Everybody's late everywhere. Oh my god.
Nowadays, if you want to go somewhere,
Yeah, you just really have to like count an hour extra or
Exactly.
something.
No joke. No,
No
joke.
joke,
you-
exactly.
you can't rely on traffic jams and
No,
you can't
oh
rely
my
on
God.
public transport. So something has to change.
Mhm,
Uh-huh.
mhm.
I
I've-
think something has to change.
Yeah. Let's first listen to
Yeah,
what
the public,
people have
the
to
public
say.
voice. Okay, here we go.
I hate when trains are fucking delayed, like every single day.
Train delays are terrible. As I already said, I don't really like taking the train or the bus. Recently, I tried to go to Antwerp, but it took me like 3 different trains to get there, because then at one point the train just stopped and I had to take another one and things like that. So I don't know how it happens, but every time I try the public transport, something goes wrong. So I try to avoid it a little bit, and every time after a few weeks I just try to find the courage to try it again, and then it always happens. So most of the times I just take my car.
A lot of
The same
frustrations.
story over and over
It's the
again.
same story over. And I have one word, and that's unreliable. It's
Yes.
like, just, I don't know. It's like a very bad friend that you
Mhm.
need, but doesn't show up sometimes.
Yeah,
Oh my God.
exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, it's true actually. I have to take the bus every day
Every
when
day.
I come to school.
Oh.
And it's when you have like a calm hour, like someone on the Vox Pop
Mhm.
said, it's like okay, it's
It's chill
doable
and
because there's
doable,
not a lot of other people, and then usually the
Yeah.
bus is on time. But if you have to be
But the peak hours,
exactly
it's oh my God,
traffic
terrible.
jams, way
Exactly.
too many people. You can't sit. You have to stand. You squeeze. You're sweating.
You're sweating. Oh,
stinks.
it's terrible.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yep.
I mostly take the bus because I used to
Mhm.
take the train a lot to Brussels, and that was okay because it's a train that goes, I don't know, multiple times a day. So that was okay because if you missed your train, you had one in like 15 minutes or something. But like my bus, sometimes just decide to not show up, and it just disappears from the schedule. It's like, oh, okay, then I'm not going to Mechelen today. It's so frustrating.
Frustrating.
And,
Yes.
Yeah, and that's the sad part. Like, for example, if you have an application or you need to go to a place for a reason one or another, you tend to take the car instead of public transport because
Mhm.
you just can't rely on public
Yeah.
transport.
Exactly.
And the reason we want to use public transport is for ecological
to
reasons.
not use the car.
Absolutely.
But I
Absolutely.
prefer the car, and I hate it because it's not good for the environment. Blah blah blah. But I
Exactly.
really love to drive my car and like have this freedom of
Yep.
going where you want and not taking the bus route, like which is all the way around.
Mhm.
If you can go there in like 20 minutes less. So that's also a frustration
Yeah,
of mine.
true.
And I think it's like commonly known that everyone is unhappy with De Lijn and with NMBS. It's
Mhm.
like,
Yeah.
if you say,
Yes.
I took the train today, everyone knows like, okay, yeah.
Which
Yeah.
story is coming up?
Yeah, exactly.
I think I've seen this film before.
It's also not easy if you live more on the countryside, for instance.
Mhm.
Like in the cities, okay, most metros or buses are kind of okay-ish, or you have one in every 10 minutes or something. But if you live on the countryside, you have to
Yeah.
take like 4 or 5
5
different
trains
buses
because you come
or
out of
trains
the
or-
middle of nowhere and there are
Exactly.
no route.
Yeah.
And I still, because I heard like the NMBS is still deleting, or I don't know
Yes.
how you say it, like peak hour trains. Just like, we don't have drivers, or how do you say
Mhm.
it? Pilots, I don't know how a train driver is called. I think, how is this possible? Like
Yes.
peak hour trains. Ugh. If you say like the train to I don't know where at 12 o'clock can't drive. I understand that one, but the peak hour trains, I don't get it.
Mhm. When they're most needed, they ditch.
They disappear like the Avatar.
Yes, yes, yes.
Yeah, so it's very, I don't know. How do you fix it? How do you like create a good train system that is always on time, never misses a bus? Because I heard but that's of course just from stories and people who are
Mhm.
saying that in Japan, they are always on time. They
Yeah,
are
yeah, yeah.
always there. And if they
Mhm.
are 1 minute late, they send a message like, oh my God, sorry. Oh.
Yeah, yeah.
How
Same in
are they able to do it?
in Austria as well. I've lived
Mhm.
there for 5 months.
Okay.
Trains like metros every 3 minutes.
Mhm.
And the people there in Austria really, like in Vienna in particular,
Yeah.
really get frustrated when they have to wait over 7 minutes.
Honey,
yeah,
please come to Belgium.
Exactly. Then they're like, "Excuse me, 7 minutes? Hey, that's a lot."
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
unacceptable, but there. Yeah.
So
So
I
as
think
well.
like how are they able to do it? What is the difference?
Mhm.
How are they
Mhm.
able to succeed? Because I've been to Italy and they are the same as Belgium, even
Yeah.
worse. Like train, I don't know if he comes
Mhm,
today,
mhm,
meh,
mhm.
maybe. But like
Maybe it's culture-wise.
culture
Probably,
wise,
Yeah,
probably.
Japan
can be.
and Austria are two very strict countries that are
Mhm.
really straightforward and follow their rules
and people are really like, I don't know, they really know what to do and
Yeah,
how and
yeah.
disciplined. That's
Disciplined,
the
exactly,
one I was
exactly.
searching before. Because I know in the United States there's just not a lot of public transport because everyone drives their car, of course, everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
So that's also a difference. But yeah,
So Belgium and Italy should
yeah,
be more,
and Italy.
should be. Let's just include them.
Yeah.
Let's just,
Just not to bash on our own
Exactly.
country for once.
they should be more disciplined.
But but we see it's possible. It's possible to create a system that works and that is on time. And
Absolutely.
Okay, so we're gonna send an email to
we're
people
gonna send an email,
working
maybe
in
just to the government in
yeah,
general.
or people
like-
working in public transport in Japan and Austria.
Yeah.
And they're coming to
Just
Belgium
take
What
a
can
look.
we learn
and
from
they're gonna
them?
give
Yes.
a conference and give some insights and some tips.
Because we see it's possible. Everything is possible if you just,
yeah.
I don't know.
Communication is number one priority.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's one of the things that is lacking.
Communication is
Yes.
lacking everywhere, I think.
It was one of the, because in our research we did, excuse me, that was one of the reasons, the problems that was
Mm-hmm.
thought by the public is one, communication, and lack of pilots.
Lack of pilots.
Is one of the things they also say. But yeah,
What to do about it?
what can the
Yeah.
middle class modern day
Student,
student
do
working
about it?
person do about this?
We can just shout in a podcast.
Shout
That's
in
a
a
thing what we
podcast.
can
Yes.
do. And maybe, I don't know, choose for a political career. Try to change something, but that's not really in the stars for me. But yeah, So conclusion of today is, I think, a lot has to change, but all in his times, I think, yes.
And education and communication
Education
are going to
and
play a very
communication.
big role.
Okay, yeah. I don't know if you still have to say something to conclude the podcast. To end. A
Away with
positive
these
note, maybe.
abnormal times.
I know that Naomi has to catch a train or
Yeah.
a bus.
Oh, yeah. Like
I do actually.
me
so
too. I also have to catch a bus.
Are you gonna- Is he gonna be there? That's the question.
That's the question.
That's the question. I will let you
well,
guys know.
stay tuned to find
Stay
out
tuned.
if she gets her bus.
Exactly.
Okay, and that's where we can conclude this episode for today. Thank you guys for listening to hang out with us again.
Mhm.
And you can check out our socials. And I should say thank you and see you next week.
Bye-bye.
Bye.